That was great, Gino. Now, can you tell me about this show you're doing and why you're doing it?
Well, my grandmother, her name was Olive Hafner, was a wonderful pianist and was kind of the cornerstone of my musical existence, and basically was the bedrock of my musical career. Not that I ever did it all that much, but it was nice to know that if I needed advice on playing or on teaching, I could call her up and just ask her questions. And it was always great to get together with her and do music. And she was very devout, but and worked as a church musician from 1929 until 2016.
Oh my gosh!
Just a tremendous career. Taught almost as long. She started teaching piano lessons in 1935 and taught from 1935 until 2016.
Now, is this her music that you're playing?
Well, it's music from her childhood. She was a big ragtime and traditional jazz fan. And so there was always this dichotomy in her life where she was really into church music, but she was also into very unchurch music and
explain
early
about
jazz.
What do you mean by unchurch music?
Well, a lot of early jazz came out of Storyville, which was the red light district of New Orleans. And so a lot of her heroes had actually worked in brothels in New Orleans at the beginning of the 20th century.
And this is what she taught you as a little boy?
Well, she taught me the music and the musicians.
You
not
didn't know
necessarily the story.
You didn't know what it meant, but
no,
you
not
learned
at the time.
You learned the songs.
But she introduced me to the music of Scott Joplin and Louis Armstrong and Clarence Williams and Spencer Williams and Thomas Dorsey.
Give us an example of what those bawdy lyrics would be like.
Okay, so
can you give us like a little piece of a song?
Thomas Dorsey. This was a song that she really liked, and this was a Thomas Dorsey song called "Tight Like That," which was a huge hit in the mid 1920s.
That's great, Gino. Now, can you tell us about Rudy's and the band and what kind of a night we're going to have?
So we're kind of treating this, my grandmother passed away in October of 2016, and it's kind of taken me this long to really deal with it, and really get used to the idea of her being gone. And so we're using this kind of almost like a jazz funeral for her, doing the traditional New Orleans thing where we're doing the exact kind of tunes that they would do going from the church and doing the second line parade to the cemetery, where it would be a mixture of sacred songs and those bawdy blues and early jazz songs that she really liked.
Great. And can you tell us about the lineup of musicians you've got coming?
Sure, yeah. Well,
Sunday?
I'm playing piano. It's Ray Gonzalez on drums, Brooke Sutton on bass, which Brooke is great because he's actually from New Orleans and brings that real flavor. Denny Kirtley on trumpet, Micah Holman on tenor sax, and Max Niederle on clarinet.
And what do they sound like? What's that brass section sound like?
It's amazing, man. It's just unreal.
Things happen on stage?
Yeah, it's magic. To me, doing music, especially with guys of this caliber, it's the closest thing that you can do to magic for real. You know, it's doing the Harry Potter thing on stage, getting the spirits moving, and it's just fantastic to experience.
And how do people sign up to come to get tickets for this?
Just come to Rudy's at 6 o'clock on Sunday and pay $10 and get in.
Can you get food there?
Yeah, the food's great.
What kind of food? What kind of food do they have?
New Orleans thing. So they've got crawfish etouffee and
they got red beans and rice.
Yeah.
It's not too expensive, as I recall.
No, man, it's decent. You know,
entrees are like $5 or $6.
Yeah, you can definitely eat for less than $10.
And drinks aren't very expensive there either.
No, yeah, compared to some other places in the Gulf.
It's like $5 or $6 for a drink.
About,
they're reasonable. They're reasonable.
Exactly.
They're priced for musicians, aren't they?
That's it.
Yeah, it's a club for musicians, by musicians, in support of musicians.
And that's it exactly. It's the jazz club Nashville's needed for a long time.
Wow. Well, I will look forward to going there and playing with you, Gino.
That's gonna be great.
All right, man. All right.